A journal of 2 visits made to some nations of Indians on the west side of the river, Ohio, by the Reverend David Jones. February 6th, 1773, continued. Customs. It is common in this nation to make considerable lamentations for their dead, especially if they were persons of note. They believe a future state of some kind of existence, but in this their ideas are extremely low and sensual. 'Tis certain that they think the soul of the deceased eats. Therefore it is common for the survivors to dress good victuals, and place it at the head of the grave for several nights after the person has been buried. They have their children in good subjection. Their manner of correction till several years old is to dash water in their faces or throw them into the brooks. With this they threaten them on all occasions. They have no form of marriage. The man and woman agree for so many bucks, she shall be his wife. Natural affection seems very small. By women, beauty is commonly no motive to marriage. The only inducement seems to be the reward which he gives her. They have no thoughts of marriage joining interest, everyone afterwards having their distinct property. It is said that women are purchased by the night, week, month, or winter, so that they depend on fornication for a living. Nor is it thought either a crime or shame, none being esteemed harlots, but such as are licentious without a reward. Polygamy is thought no crime. 'Tis common to have several wives at the same time, nor dare one of them seem displeased, lest she be dismissed. On the smallest offence they part. It often is crime enough for a woman to prove pregnant, but this is not often the case, nor is it like to be, while licentiousness and the lus venerea are so common. 'Tis probable, if there is no reformation, that in another century there will be few of them on earth. At present, the whole nation of the Shawnees, according to Mr. Henry's calculation, doth not exceed 600, including men, women, and children. And from what came under my notice, this account is large enough. Among the customs of this nation, their cruelty to captives who are not adopted may be reckoned as one singularly bad. When a captive is brought in, if any in the town fancy the person for a wife, husband, son, or daughter, then that person purchases the captive and keeps him as his own. But it often happens that the poor captive has no friend. Then a knife is run through between the wrist bones, and drawing dear sinews through the wounds, they proceed to bind them naked to the post in the long house, and instead of sympathizing, make all imaginable diversion of the helpless, agonizing captive. Sometimes they will come up and cut off the captive's nose, and make abundance of game at his disfigured aspect. When they have finished this scene, they lead them out, and with their tomahawk complete their design, often leaving their bodies to be consumed by the fowls of the air. O savage cruelty! Alas, how great is the depravity of human nature! Are these descendants of him who at first was made after the image of God? Yes, verily. But the fine gold is become as the dim brass. How absolutely needful to be born again! And how great is that work of God's Spirit, to make such as these, new creatures, as inoffensive as doves or lambs! Yet this has been the case. Footnote: 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 11. End of footnote. This must be the case when that passage is more fully accomplished, which saith, "The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, the calf, young lion, and fatling together. They shall not hurt nor destroy, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord." Footnote, Isaiah chapter 11, verses 6 through 9. Verse 6. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. Verse 7. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. Verse 8. And the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den. Verse 9. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. End of footnote. Diversions. In the winter season, part of their time is spent at playing a game which they call mamundis, but this is more common among the Delawares. Their minds are more attracted to cards, which, some white people say, they have learned from the French. This might be only an excuse for their own bad conduct. They are most indefatigable dancers, continuing almost every night in the winter to near 12 o'clock. Their music is only a skin stretched over a keg. On this, the musician beats with one stick. As an assistant, another stands up shaking in his hand a gourd that has a parcel of grains of corn in it, but as they dance, all sing, so that the echo of their united voices may be heard at a great distance. Fishing and hunting employ their men in summer, and raising corn the women. The women are the only drudges, but in return possess the riches. For what in summer the men make is chiefly given to the women for their winter's lodging. Among their diversions, their mock devils are none of the least. Indeed, they may be esteemed as a great curiosity, and so shocking is their appearance, that had not Mr. Brainard described them, should have been more surprised. These they call monitos. Not long before my departure, 3 of these made their appearance, in consequence, as they said, of a dream. Being premonished, went out of the cabin, while they were distant near 100 yards. 'Tis more than probable that the monitos knew me, and intended to scare me. The foremost stooped down by a tree, and took sight, as if he designed to shoot at me. But I could see that he had only a pole in his hand. Each has a pole in his hand to keep off the dogs, which on this occasion seemed frightened almost out of their senses. As they approached, their noise was shocking, nor were their actions to be easily imitated. Each had a false face, and all dressed in bearskin with the hair on, so that the only resemblance of their species consisted in walking. The foremost had a red face, with a prodigious long nose and big lips. The others had black faces with long chins resembling bears. All had cased tortoise shells with artificial necks. Grains of corn are put into these to make a jingle, and many other trinkets are used to complete the noise. With all these frantic capers, I was by them surrounded, asked what they wanted. But Monitos can't speak. After some time, they produced a pipe, by which it was understood that tobacco was acceptable. Upon the reception of any donation, some kind of obeisance is made, and as they depart, the scene is ended with a kind of dance resembling the actions of a bear. In short, their looks, voices, and actions were such that it was thought if they had got their samples from beneath, the scene could not be much exceeded. This apparel is used also by their powwowers in their attempts of healing the sick, when they cannot find out the cause of their disorder.